Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen, and good afternoon. In this episode, we have few items. One of them is the artwork, which we're going to show, and there are also in the artwork there's two lines of poems by Ibn Al Mu'tazz, who is very well-known poet in the Arabic language, and also he was a Khalifa for a very short time in the Abbassid times. Also, we have from that, then we have a story as we are going to go along, and after that, there is a wise saying by Ali ibn Abi Talib radiyallahu anhu, and then we have the Muslim scientist who was one of these very well-known scientists, had so much contribution to science in the world. Let us start with the artwork. The artwork is called Lam-Alif Al-Maghribi, and it is here. We have it in this catalog. As you can see, this is the artwork. Now, this artwork has been shown in a few exhibitions. One of them was in Malaysia in 1993, where we can see it in the Malaysian catalog here. Here we are, that's the one. And also in few other exhibitions. Now that is this. The other thing is that in the artwork there is this poem by Ibn Al Mu'tazz, as we said. This is the poem. You can see there. You could read the poem. It's a very nice poem. It's a lot of wisdom in it. And the poem, we can see it in the Ibn Al Mu'tazz poems book, which is a Diwan, which is two volumes. One of them is this is the poem here. Now, the poem says: عليم بعقاب الأمور كأنه بمختلسات الظن يسمع أو يرى إذا أخذ القرطاس خلت يمينه تفتح نورا أو تنظم جوهرا. The meaning of the poem is that in this poem, the idea is to describe a certain people who has certain abilities, people who have visions and insights, where they can see things just like if they were there with them. Somehow, with their thoughts and their thinking, they can penetrate to the, if you like, the habit and the thoughts and the way this person think and act. Therefore, they think that certain kind of action is going to happen because of the rhythm of the person's thoughts, because of the habit, the way he acts. And therefore, he's saying that alimun bi'aqabil umur, just like if he was knowing what is going to happen. Therefore, he will act accordingly to his prediction, and that prediction sometimes or most of the time is either correct or very close to correction. Now, to the correct act, I mean. And he says, إذا أخذ القرطاس خلت يمينه. And he also speaking about this person while he was doing his either his action or ideas through writing, through whatever a person is going to, what kind of action is going to be done through writing. If he's going to order something, or he's going to ask for something, or he's going to invent or contribute in whatever the way in text matter. Just like if he says that, okay, now if this person took paper and pen, you feel that he will, shall we say, open doors of light, just like if he was open doors of light. What that means, the poet expresses his admiration for the ability of this writer, in this case, this person, to bring about a lot of good news, a lot of ideas, and a lot of information, a lot of, just like if he's open a light, windows of light on people. So it means that there's knowledge, there's a certain kind of positive behavior, there is hopes and optimisms in what he does. Just like if he was opening a door of light to humanity, to people. So that is the pieces of the poem. Now, after the poem, as we said, that the artwork has been exhibited in three or four exhibitions, and has been purchased a long time ago by somebody in the Gulf. Next point is a story. Now, the story is talking about somebody who is very well known, very well known as a liar. Somehow, a person exaggerates in everything he does and everything he says. This is the same poet written a book about different other poets, and he called Tabaqat al-Shu'ara, i.e. ranks of poets in that era. Abdullah ibn Mu'tazz. In his book, he's talking about somebody called Abi Hayya al-Numayri. Somebody who was, if you like, some kind of comic, some kind of somebody who is using his lying as a comical way of making people enjoy what he was saying. I am not sure, of course, as we hear about Abu Hayya for more than one story, that he was completely sane. He was could be that he was partly not sane. Therefore he will invent things and say things just like if it is okay, but in reality it is not. He says, one of the things which he says that, and he was from Basra in Al-Iraq, and his name is Al-Haytham ibn Rabi', and he was one of the most most liars in the land those days. One of the things he says is that he one of the story which is Abu Hayya was saying that one of these days he had this gazelle. He wanted to hunt that gazelle, and he sent him an arrow. And the arrow, the gazelle started to maneuver rights and lefts to avoid being captured. But the arrow was following him even if he was going left or he was going right. Till he was able to catch the gazelle and struck him. So the arrow of this person, Abu Hayya al-Numayri, was just like if he has a mind of his own. He was maneuvering with the gazelle. This is to show, of course, this person. I mean, he wanted. I'm sure that with this kind of stories, he wanted to impress people who was listening to him. Not more than that. The next point is some kind of wise saying. It is a wise saying attributed to Sayyiduna Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu. Ali ibn Abi Talib, very well known Khalifa Al-Rabi', is the fourth Caliph, and he was one of the leaders of formidable leaders of Islam and Muslims. He was very well known intellectual. He had a lot of beautiful and wise sayings. One of them says that من مدحك بما ليس فيك ذمك بما ليس فيك. the meaning of this saying is that whoever start to exaggerate what they call it, singing your praises. Anybody who starts praising you with things, things which you don't have, things which you don't able, shall we say, to achieve. This type of person, he says, next time he will do exactly the opposite by claiming that you have things you have bad things which you don't have. So it means that if somebody comes and starts lying in your behalf, saying that he is this and that and the rest of it, was supposed to be a positive description to you, this type of person, next time you find him, he is completely reversing that and saying things which you don't have, saying shortcomings, saying bad things about you, which is you never had and you never did. And of course, this saying also been attributed to more than one person. But of course, the most famous is Sayyidina Ali ibn Abi Talib. Now, the next point is a scientist, an Islamic scientist. Islamic scientist, very well known for his contribution to science. And apart from of course, we have a lot of that here. It's called Abu al-Wafa al-Buzjani. Abu al-Wafa al-Buzjani is very well known scientist, and his contribution was completely out of this world those days, I'm sure. And his name is Muhammad ibn Yahya ibn Ismail ibn al-Abbas al-Hasib al-Mashhur, and he was one of these astronomy and other areas of the space era, and he was doing a lot of that without being, shall we say, he was not following, if you like, people who've done any like that before him. So he was very much like an discoverer, inventor in the same time. And you could see that also. I mean, his story has been told in so many books, but one of them is this book, which is called دائرة المعارف للبستاني. دائرة المعارف قاموس عام لكل فن ومطالب، تأليف المعلم بطرس البستاني. Very well known also book. So that is that. Hopefully that you like what you hear, and of course, if you have ideas, or if you want to ask something, or if you like what you hear, then please tick the thing and prescribe also. It might be helpful for the program to carry on if we have some prescription and you have some of your positive contribution of comments or liking or whatever is that can be done. And thank you very much indeed.